Greetings all, BioAcid here with a gameplay submitted to me by AustMonsters. He's playing Domination on Summit. He's got the M16 at the red dot sight, gold camo. He does have 2 times concussion, frag, and the Claymore for the equipment. Perks are going to be Lightweight Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Tactical Mask Pro. First person I've ever seen to actually have Tactical Mask Pro. As you decide to come in here on the B flag, they're rotating the C1 as well, so they're going to try and something like that. Killstreaks, as always, guys, we will find out as the gameplay progresses, and we'll say those once we know them. Just a quick little update. Yeah, I haven't been doing that many videos lately. I have been very busy with work. I'm going to try and knock a couple out relatively soon. So if you have sent me one, don't be afraid. I do still have the message there. Leave it in your file share. We'll get around to it, but it's just going to take a little while till I can finally get there. It's currently right up here on the top of Overwatch, looking towards the back of the summit. Decides just to lay down. He's got the AK-47 in his hand. I don't know what he's trying to achieve from this, just for laying there. Maybe he was just checking a message or something. Concussion is going out over towards that A flag. They couldn't really get a tag, but it's currently a score of 20-11, as I say that. They own the B and C flags. A flag is not theirs, but they're going to probably end up trying to grab that one as he decides to rush on out here. Sees a couple of players. Tactical Mask Pro really doing some nice little work there for him, as that gas was not going to affect much of it. He decides to rush on in now, looking to grab this A flag from the enemy team and try and dominate them. They're all going to be spawning at the back there, as you see it coming in. Nades are coming on in as well. Decides to jump out of that one before it can kill him, and waits on to walk on in through the door. He's still got this 47 suppressed he picked up. As you see the player rushing towards him, he gets cleaned up, but jumps out towards left-hand side now, heading up towards backing him into this control room. Picks up one off that respawn yet again, as he decides to just sit back and wait for these guys to come a little bit closer to him. You can see a couple of players up to the right-hand side there. He's not going to worry too much about them, but decides to wait around and see if they're going to come closer towards this A flag area, so he can maybe get a kill streak going. As he's still waiting for some things to happen here. He's still just pretty much camping it up and waiting for the players to come to him. As he decides to try and make a run for it, heading back towards the internal control room and see if he can find someone at a B flag. Looks like someone just threw maybe a flashbang inside that area. Didn't really get any damage with it. Nay comes rolling towards him from one of his teammates. Claymore's up the door waiting for a player to walk on in here. There's one player outside, picks it up, and there's the Blackbird. I believe that is the first kill streak we've had so far, so hopefully some interesting stuff. Probably going to be Chopper Gunner and Attack Dogs, if I had to guess. As he's once again heading in the back here, his teammate is picking up some kills as well. As he decides to rush around in the back. See one player once again off this respawn. There's a Chopper Gunner for the 9-kill streak. Pulls the M16 back out, double tag, and picks up that player. As he decides to head on in towards this A flag now. Looks like he may go for the cap here. He decides to pick up a Galil red dot because that AK-47 suppressed he had was out of bullets. As the enemy team picks up the C flag, they're attacking the A flag, so they've still owned A and B. B is actually currently getting taken. Score update is 63-34 on that scoreboard. As you see him picking up the dogs there for the 11 kill streaks, and that'll call him in straight away. He'll probably save the Chopper Gunner maybe until he dies. Picking up a nice little double with that hail jump off the catwalk, and getting a nice one. Decides to pull back now. Might be going for the Chopper Gunner to call in now instead. As he decides to head back here, his dogs are getting some nice little kills for him. If it was me, I'd probably wait until the dogs are run out, then I'd call the Chopper Gunner in, but I guess you might want to get out of their own done with. As he decides to call it in, guys, as always, we'll fast forward it, because we've all seen a Chopper Gunner before in our day. As he's picking up some nice little kills there in the middle, decides to check out the player that was coming towards his own little spawn area, and it looks into a big spawn on the attacker side of things near that C flag, and just trying to keep him off it. They currently are dominating their own A, B, and C. A couple of rockets trying to lock on, they did, and they cleaned him up. So he's still got the Blackbird lying in wait, hasn't used that yet, as the domination score is 107-47. He's currently sitting on 26 with 3 captures, 2 defends. Looks like a bad little host in that game too, but he seems to be going alright. As he's picking up some more kills now, deciding to just wait for these players. Looking at spawn behind A now, as he's picking up as they rush on in towards that A area. It's a nice little play by him. Yet he's still having that Blackbird really going to help him out later on. He might use it if he wants to die. Looks like one of his teammates has one up in the air anyway. As you see, you pick up a nice little kill on the player outside of that sniper. One player rushing, trying to run away, picks him up and gets the tactician as the contract paid out. So congratulations to him for getting that one. As C-Flag is currently getting taken, he realises he has no grenades to throw on a bus. He's going to try and rush there along catwalk here. Doesn't make it in time, so he decides to sit back, using the Blackbird to his advantage up in that left-hand corner still, waiting for the players to see if they're going to come his way. It looks like one is finally coming up, so there you are. There you pick him up as he rushes around from that store area. As he's back in here, Blackbird finally getting called in and being used by him. As it's 137-50 at the moment. Looks like someone else has just called in some attack dogs. Heads on upstairs in towards servers. Now one player coming towards him. Gets some tags. He couldn't get the kill. He'll pick up the second kill, but and gets finished off by Mr. Schnapp in the end with that nice little pistol shot. So friendly dogs are in. They still own A and B, and they're only about 55 points off the victory now. As you've seen him putting some shots on that Mr. Snap who killed him before, who was trying to hide from the doggies. As he's back upstairs in server now, checking out towards container entrance. Couldn't see no one there. Decides to rush back around and down towards his backhand side along catwalk here. Sees one player that Mr. Snap was back up on that container again, trying to hide from the dogs, and it wasn't going to work out too well for him. As you see him running back in towards his A-flag area. Sees one player who was hiding there. I don't know what he was doing, trying to survive. Maybe he was going to make a jump for it when the dogs finally tried to come and get him. As he's back upstairs in server now, out in the balcony. Looks like he's cooking an 8 up and throwing it up and over towards backhand side of their spawn, trying to figure out if they were there. Jumping on the C-Flake quickly. Didn't want to be going for the cabinet, but decides to rush around trying to pick up some more kills. He still hasn't, I don't think he hasn't he died once so far, so he's done alright so far. He's on 37-1 with 3 captures, 4 defense in his name. And they're only 35 points off the victory there. As he's rushing around back in, he's just staying around here in the container area, looking back into the server, waiting for the players to come on out. Looks like they're down in the storeroom, but as he sees one on that Blackbird finally coming downstairs, picks him up from behind the old hip fire from the Galil RDS, and looking around for some more kills to try and get some more kill streaks happening. As you see him spawn in your container at the backhand side now, he decides to rush around backstairs, still using that Blackbird to his advantage. Sees one off the respawn, picks him up for the kill streak of the 8, and that Blackbird once again 1 kill off for the chopper gunner, and 3 more for the, of course, the attack dogs, making that 1 more now after pick up the nice little double. So he's got the chopper gunner now, he's looking for the attack dog, sees 1, sees 2, gets the flyer, and there's the doggies, calls him in straight away, and decides to maybe rush around and maybe try and get the chopper gunner out before the end of the game, as he sees this player who's trying to hide in the corner and picking him up quickly. It looks like he's trying to find a place to call his chopper gunner in, but there seems to be already a Cobra, it seems, that is inbound and flying away now, so he's going to try and wait for that one to run out and then call his chopper gunner in. However, it's probably going to be over by that time due to the score. It's 190-81 at the moment. They're 10 points off the victory. As you see one of the players who has a chopper up at the moment getting some kills, he decides to lay down and wait here, realising hopefully that he can't call his chopper gunner in. Looks like he's going to realise it very soon. He's going to keep trying to call it in there as they're just trying to finish off this game. They're currently only on the A flag. B and C, as we know by the enemy teams, his chopper gunner finally comes on in. It's going to be not that much he can do with it, really, as it's the end of the game now, as the full-time score is 200-101, with him getting 53 kills, 1 deaths, with 3 captures, 4 defense. So thank you to AustMonsters for seeing that one in. Of course, BioAcid, guys. Description below will tell you how to get your gameplay featured on this channel. I'm out.